All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Uh huh. All right. Okay. Welcome on back, guys. I don't know what that was about. It is good to be back. A couple of things before we get right into it. The Golden Globes just happened today. I'm going to be talking about a Golden Globe winner. Um, that won in the Golden Globes in almost a full sweep of the Globes. That happened on Sunday, so congratulations to all you film nerds out there who watched that. I did not get a chance to watch it. I've actually been doing a little bit of a NFL bracket with um, my myself, and so I've been doing an NFL bracket. So my whole schedule as of late has just been playoff stuff. So pray for me. Uh, but that leads me right into today's topic. I wanted to talk a little bit about some trailer stuff. I actually got a chance to watch Christopher Nolan's trailer for The Odyssey coming out later this year in theaters. I went and saw Greenland over the weekend. If you guys saw that video posted on last Saturday, and I got to see a trailer for that, and it actually looks really exciting, really good. I had my fears the first time I watched it. I watched it on a small screen on YouTube, and the colors just weren't popping for me, and it looked a little, like the lighting was weird, and so I don't know if that was just the device I watched it on, or if it just looks better on a big screen, as most things do. But I'm pretty excited about that one. Uh, I'm also pretty excited. Later this month, we're getting that Send Help with Dylan O'Brien and um, oh goodness, her name just escaped my brain, but you know who it is. So we're getting that Send Help movie later this month. Sam Raimi. We're also getting Iron Lung, the Markiplier movie, pretty soon that I'm excited about as well. Along with in February, so far, it's looking like February is not going to have a lot going on, but we are getting a IMAX experience for the 21 Pilots concert film that they did during the Breach tour, which I was actually able to go down to LA and see them live. So I'm excited about that. Anything in IMAX is always exciting. So looking forward to both of those things. Uh, that leads me right into what I wanted to talk about today. Today we're going to talk a little bit about One Battle After Another. This one I actually got to see over the holiday break, and it actually made my list of the top 25, or not 25, my 2025 top 10 movies this year. It's a bold twist and a really, really good movie. I think I called it a bold twist on Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know if anybody will agree with me on that, but it is really just a really good movie. Even if you look at it, it's just storytelling. Um, this is a film that I think enthusiasts will love, and the Academy alike obviously did love. It already won uh, four, uh, count them, four Globes at the Golden Globes, and we can talk about those throughout. The first one that it won that I think is well deserved is Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Um, I think that was a well deserved win there. Um, and just, I mean, the scope of this film, winning that, having been a box office disappointment, um, this film was nominated of that night, as of that night, nine total nominations, um, and emerged as the biggest winner that night. But I wanted to talk about that because it ended up being a real hit, just kind of a under the surface, like lurking threat at that point in time. It didn't do well at the box office because most people probably didn't understand it or didn't go and see it. But it was a really good movie. and I loved it for everything that it was. Um, the film starred Leonardo DiCaprio, who was nominated for Best Lead Male in a Film. I think he got beat out by Timothy Chalamet. It also starred Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, and Tiana Taylor. All It's an all-star cast that leads this award winner. It's a classic that actually delivers. I think in a lot of ways, it's one of those movies that you just have to watch for what it is. Um, and what makes it special is its accessibility. I watched this with my wife, who isn't as much of a film enthusiast or nerd as myself, so she doesn't quite understand like the art form of it all, like the camera work, the actual like shots and things, and the different acting choices that are made throughout the film to make something like this actually work story wise, and to win something like Best Picture, and also it won Best Director uh, for motion picture, Best Picture. It won Best Motion Picture, Best Director, Motion Picture. Paul Thomas Anderson won. Congratulations, PTA. Well deserved. A artist and a legend in the game. Another one that would probably be on my Mount Rushmore of people, along with Quentin Tarantino. Um, so that's two, if you're counting. I have mentioned Quentin Tarantino before in a video. If you can go find that reference, that's awesome. We'll talk about one of his movies, I'm sure, very soon. Um, but it's actually a gripping tale, um, and that's what makes it so special. Is it's prestigious enough for critics to love, but never so niche that a casual moviegoer, not unlike my wife, couldn't find a something in there to appreciate. The gripping story and breakneck pace are never too much, but just enough that it keeps you engaged. And I think a lot of what helps with that is actually the score. Throughout the film, there's this just tension building, sometimes just piano that just absolutely grips you to the tail, along with obviously the story itself, building and building and building to its ultimate climax. Um, I think it works extremely well. The world building and unique table settings in this one actually make it work extremely well. It doesn't feel too modern, but also it feels like it's set in its own time period and world, so that works as sort of again a bold twist for me that I really enjoyed. I went into this movie having no idea that it would set up its own rules in the sense of and why shouldn't it? I mean, it's a great director vision, um, and I expect nothing less. But it's it's something that I think makes it work even better, and that might be why it didn't do well at the box office, because you do just have to fully embrace the Bonnie and Clyde isms of it. I mean, I couldn't sit there and just think about all the different parallels that this movie actually goes through with a story like that, or a Robin Hood ish type story. Um, One of the things I love the most about it is the revolution will not be televised part of it. Um, it's one of those things that it sets up its own rebellion rules, and I think that works really well. There's a little bit of commentary on a political and social and um, rules set up in real world that this movie references throughout its storyline that I think it plays well on. Sometimes a little too close to the chest, but it is just enough that it keeps itself grounded. So, as a cinephile, I loved seeing a director showcase their pure, unfiltered art style. Um, this was actually my first PTA film, Paul Thomas Anderson, so I'm very excited about that. I loved seeing his vision in this, and I can see why he's considered one of the best. And he immediately went on my Mount Rushmore, and so, but and my wife did enjoy it. She watched it with me just on a whim one day when I sat down to watch it. She enjoyed it simply as a tight, well executed thriller, whether it sweeps, um, where it just, at that time I was like, whether this sweeps the awards or it just takes home Best Picture, this film is a master class in an art of pure storytelling and just high up there art direction and a pure film in its own right. So I appreciate that so much about it. I think it's highway robbery that DiCaprio didn't take home um, best lead male actor in any film. I think that's just terribly sad. Which leads me to best performance by a female actor in a supporting role, which actually went home to Tiana Taylor. She was a great breakout for me. I hadn't seen her in anything before this, and she did an amazing job playing the Bonnie to the insecure mess of a Clyde that DiCaprio ended up being. But I think that works extremely well for their dynamic as both a couple and as actors and characters in this world. I think that the fact that they kind of broke your expectations with that really worked well, along with all the other cast members, obviously. So, just like it says online, despite this being a box office flop or disappointment, if you will, this film deserves the most praise. It's definitely an accomplishment, and I can't wait to see what it does at the Oscars. Hopefully, it will carry home some more awards. This is one of those award season ones that will carry home probably close to 4 to 6 to 8. It might be like an Oppenheimer where it just carries home everything. But that would be that would be ideal, obviously, for this one because it's one I can get behind. Um, I think there are others that won that I didn't necessarily get to see yet, as of yet, that um, this one could have won in spite of. But what are you gonna do? The Academy is gonna do what it's gonna do, whether you agree with it or not. So I wanted to talk about that, but this one did make history for Paul Thomas Anderson, with all these wins, becoming the one of the few filmmakers to sweep the Best Picture, Director, and the other one is Best Screenplay Motion Picture. That one also went home with Paul Thomas Anderson and One Battle After Another. And all these categories for the same film it's a rarity and a surprise for sure. Well deserved, and it was one of the first and only nominees that I saw this year, along with Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, which I will talk about in a separate video. But this review is up on my Letterbox Media. I'd encourage you all to go over there and follow me. Drop some likes on those reviews. They don't get a lot of likes over there, so if you guys wouldn't mind just considering going over there and checking it out. And other than that, the other thing I wanted to talk about real quickly while I still have a little bit of time with you is Avengers Doomsday. This one is pretty exciting for me. Just recently, they released the fourth, count 'em four, uh, teaser trailer as of today. It's probably the last one before the big Super Bowl spot. I'm hoping that we get a Super Bowl spot for Doomsday, Spider Man Brand New Day, all the other great movies coming out uh, later this year. And then Marvel on their YouTube channel, Marvel Entertainment, actually dropped a countdown that they did at the end of each of their teaser trailers, and it's just a continuous countdown. I'm wondering if that will stay up for 11 months, 4 days, and however many hours, seconds, and minutes are left. I don't know. I hope it does. That's really cool, and it definitely does build up hype. But it's something I saw today that I was just like, I gotta talk about this because how crazy is that? Um, I'm actually hoping to do a video for um, Doomsday here soon. I'm gonna theorize once we get our Super Bowl trailer. I'm gonna make a video probably soon thereafter, talking about my big theory for how everything connects and brings this whole phase together. I know a lot of people have complained about the follow through line through all the movies and things that we've experienced. I actually wrote down a note of what I think connects it all that might help some of you guys who are hoping to get on the train to get there, and then some of you that may just be like, I don't even understand what's going on. So, but that'll be it for today. Thank you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment. Let me know if you watched one battle after another, what your thoughts were. I know it's not for everybody. Obviously, I'm not saying go and watch this movie. It's not the most family friendly film, and obviously, for a casual moviegoer, you may not get it, and that's totally fine. But it's something I wanted to talk about today since it's one of the Golden Globe nominees I actually saw and won some awards. So I wanted to talk about it today as a special. All right, guys, you guys take care. If you're wondering, you can buy/rent this movie, Amazon Prime, uh, Google Movies, in the Play Store. It's on HBO Max right now, and it is, of course, on physical. I would always encourage you to buy physical media if you can. Uh, but if you can't afford to get out, it is on HBO Max. So, that being said, though, that is the end of my spiel today. Uh, and make sure you guys go out, support your local theaters. There are so many good movies out right now. And throughout the year, make sure you go out and support local. That's always a big goal for me. And just enjoy the rest of your week. All right. Bye bye.